What's up, you guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Aaliyah, and let's talk about the Bravo streets being on fire right now. Like, you got Leah Black coming out, Siggy, and now this situation with Lisa Rinna versus the black women off of Real Housewives of Dubai. So if you don't know, Bloated Lip Rinna decided to hop on her Instagram. I talked about this in my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review before I got into the review, where she got on to vent her frustrations. It seems like she decided to make that post after Diana made her post as a way to rally behind Lither Lip Diana, because I know them lips stank, all that licking. And this was Rinna's way of being like, I got your back, Diana, as well as venting how she feels about how the fans feel when the women fight with Garcelle. So this is how the post started. We fight on our show. If we fight with Garcelle, we are all of a sudden called a racist. That's BS. I will not accept that. I will express myself when and how I want, and I'm not afraid of any of you hoes. Basically referring to the fandom and the fans who feel like some of the women have done slick microaggressions towards Garcelle and they have a problem with it. So then she continued by saying, and if you are just so triggered by our show, and a lot of you pussies are, referring to the fans again, go watch Dubai. So I'm like, Lisa, why people gotta be hoes and pussies? But okay. So then, like I said, the black women from Real Housewives of Dubai were not so happy about Dubai being mentioned in Lisa's post. They were kind of like, sis, what does this mean? And you don't want this smoke or this action. So Caroline Brooks, Lisa, and Ayan took to their social media to actually direct their straight up feelings towards Lisa Rinna. And I gotta love it. You know, like they said, if you ain't gonna direct it, it ain't respected. So Chanel Ayan got on her Twitter and she said this: Rinna, Africa called and they want their lips back. Keep Dubai out of your mess and your mouth. Tune in next Wednesday, 9 p.m. for a brand new episode of #RHO Dubai at Bravo TV. She said, girl, give them lips back. Give them lips back. So then Lisa quote tweeted what Chanel Ayan said, and she put period dot, basically co-signing what her friend had to say. But then there was an exchange in the comment section, or no, Lisa voiced her opinions and then Ayan responded in the comment section. And this is what Lisa had to say. She does not want this heat. We're not BH. We will drag her right off of the doctor's table to the desert. Ooh, girl. And then Ayan responded, the desert heat hits different at Lisa Rinna. They said, girl, you don't want this action. So then Caroline Brooks decided to get into it as well. And she said, at Lisa Rinna, why did you mention our show in your post? What did you mean by go watch Dubai? At RHO Dubai, #RHOBH. And then Caroline Brooks said, sis, that's not enough. I got more to say to you. So she went to her IG stories and basically said Kempire, and she shouted out Kempire Daily. If you don't know, he's a YouTuber and he does commentary on pop culture, and he also does reviews on Real Housewives as well. So go check him out. And Brooks said, Kempire, the girls are fighting. #ROHO Dubai, ROHOBH at Kempire Daily. Get your girl from Beverly Hills before she writes any more checks her ass can't cash. I was told this is the third time Lisa Rinna has mentioned our show in a shady/negative way. Keep your posts and aggression directed at the women on your show. Tread lightly, Rinna. Your words/posts are reckless and disrespectful. Calling people pussies and hoes on your public IG page, not classy. At Lisa Rinna. And then underneath it, she put premium trash. When I tell you they didn't care, they didn't care. So then Lisa Rinna hopped on today on her IG and she posted this picture of herself, and it says, who is the best hype man? You're welcome, gals. Then continued and said, watch Housewives of Dubai Wednesday 9 p.m. at Bravo with a heart emoji. Like, Lisa Rinna was being slick. Then she also continued and she ended it this way by saying, my advice to you, you need to bring this kind of energy you brought to me, to your show. Cheers. I said, Lisa, you gonna get jumped. But, I mean, you got to give it to her that she's standing 10 toes down in what she's saying, at least. So then Brooks didn't take too kindly to that. So she screenshotted Elisa's post saying, my advice to you, you need to bring the kind of energy you just brought to me to your show. Cheers. And so this is what Brooks had to say. Listen, trash box. I think you need to focus on your career and your storyline because you're not that interesting. While you're worried about what we are doing in Dubai, the Beverly Hills rotating door is about to push you out. Your time is almost up and you're boring and rude. You wouldn't dare try to come for Atlanta or Potomac because you know they would verbally annihilate you. So you chose Dubai instead. Wrong move at Lisa Rinna. Believe me when I tell you, despite what you've seen or what you see on our show, we are not the one or the two. Trashy. Lisa! They don't like you, girl. They do not like you. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? So let's get into my thoughts, you guys. First off, I think the ladies of Dubai deserve a round of applause because they were not scared. And I don't think I pinned any of the three ladies, Lisa, Chanel, or I was about to say Ayan, Lisa, Chanel, or Brooke, as scary women or as like women who cower. But for them to be a part of a brand new franchise and to still go up against Beverly Hills, especially a person like Lisa Rinna, who has a following, I got to give them their props. And they were very direct in the things that they said. Neither one of them or any of them shied away of adding Lisa Rinna or saying her name when they were letting us know their grievances. And I don't have an issue with that. Like I said, if it's not directed, it's not respected. And they really was like, what's up, Lisa? Because you don't want this. But what I find funny is Lisa Rinna didn't have the same energy for them that she had for other people like Kathy's alleged assistant, Sutton, and even some of the fans that go against her. She did not even engage in combat with these women on Twitter or IG in any way. So I'm like, what was really the reason for this? Because Lisa Rinna could have said something, could have came back. You got Lisa saying, girl, we'll drag you off the doctor's table into the desert and back. Chanel Ayan is co-signing it. Like, yes, sis, the desert heat is hot up here and it ain't what you're used to in Beverly Hills. And then you got Brooks calling you a trash box and pure premium trash. And Lisa had nothing to say. Nothing to say. But Lisa was smart enough not to mention Atlanta or Potomac. And a lot of people were like, well, what's the reason? Why is everyone so mad? And I'm like, sis, we know what it is. What Lisa mentioning Dubai and not Atlanta or Potomac was a smart rule, like a smart, not a rule, but a smart decision on her end. Because I guarantee you, with every ounce of me, I know for a fact that both fandoms would have verbally obliterated Lisa Rinna. Like the way these fans love they girls on Potomac and Atlanta, and off the strength of it just being a black show, would have dug so deep into Lisa's Rinna ass, there would be no way she could come back from it. She's already being featured on like tabloids and blog sites for the backlash of what she's saying. And she tap danced and got into it with the multicultural show. So she's not stupid enough to beef with the black shows. She's not. But one reason why I think Lisa Rinna did this was purely to cause controversy and to get her name out there. If you've noticed, Lisa Rinna hasn't really been it for Beverly Hills in a while. And even with her having the issue with Sutton with the whole table situation, that was only 2 episodes and it was done. We're on episode 8 and there has been nothing Lisa Rinna has said or done that has really gotten the people going since episode 1 and 2. And I think Lisa coining the term from Brooks, the Beverly Hills revolving door, is worried that her spot is on the chopping block. When Lisa Rinna first stepped on the scene for Beverly Hills, she was trending almost every season, or people always had something to say. And I think some people forget that even if people don't like you to a certain extent, or you're the villain of the show, you're still an integral part of the show and the network's not going to get rid of you. But if you're not bringing in views and people aren't mentioning you, your spot is sometimes up or normally up. And I think Lisa Rinna got scared, so she went after the ladies of Dubai because they're easy. Even though she is getting backlash and people are writing think pieces, and I'm doing this video and there are people doing articles, she knew not to go for a full black cast. She went for a cast full of multicultural women that is diverse. You have Sarah, who's Emirati. You have, what's her name? Nina, who's Lebanese. Caroline Stansberry is British. Brooks is Afro-Latino or Latina. You have Ayan, who's Somalian, and then you have Lisa, who's Jamaican American. So it's like she went for the multicultural girls, so she could be like, well, I was just saying you guys should watch the show. It doesn't have that much drama and it's diversity. I could hear Lisa Rinna saying something to that effect. But if she would have been like, go watch Atlanta or Potomac, everybody would have been like, oh sis, you trying to be funny. you trying to be funny. She's already trying to be funny here, but there's many of ways that Lisa Rinna could skate past this. And that's why she's being so cheeky about it. That's also why she didn't attack those other women. But if you think about it, Lisa Rinna's name is now out there on tabloids. I'm making a video about it. Other people are making a video about it. She's trending. And that is what Lisa Rinna wants, because hate views or angry views still mean views and revenue for the network. And that's what Lisa Rinna knows, and that's why she did what she did. I don't think it was smart, because it has really pissed off a lot of people, and I think that she has stepped into territory I don't think she knows her way out of, basically. I don't hate Lisa Rinna. I could take or leave her on the show, but I do think she is getting into an area where, like, sis, you might not be able to come back from this one. So you might want to tread lightly. Reason number 2, I honestly think it's because Lisa Rinna plays Beverly Hills like Beverly Hills Survivor. She plays it like Survivor. I really think Lisa Rinna threw her hat in the ring behind Diana, because what I found out upon further research is that this post was made about the whole Garcelle, and if you go against her, you're being racist, after Diana's post. And we know Lisa Rinna is a social climber. She thrives off of that. Case in point, her daughter. When her daughter was dating Scott Disick, and she was so happy last season to keep telling us about it, when it's just like, your daughter's like 22, 23. Scott's like in his 40s with 3 kids, and he's a recovering drug addict. What are you doing? Why is that something to be elated about? But the only reason why she was is because Scott is attached to the Kardashians. Lisa Rinna thrives off of controversy and social climbing. So we don't like Diana, but Diana may be a part of the upper echelon or have ties, because you know she knows Elton John. She's worked with his charities. She keeps telling us she keeps doing charities. She's tied to many different wealthy people and people with influence, and Lisa Rinna will grovel her way and hitch her boat beside anybody she can get near that's going to help her elevate her status. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. She did it with Kathy, and she showed us she'll do anything to get next to people that she can gain something from. The fact that she let go a 20-year friendship with Denise to be associated with Fox Force 5 because she wanted to stay on the show, and because she could already see the writing on the wall with Denise, that Denise wasn't going to play game and that she was going to get booted off of the show eventually, because Denise really didn't bring anything other than like, oh, her star power, shows that Lisa Rinna is willing and capable of doing anything she sees fit if it's going to benefit her, no matter if it's like a friendship or not. So I really think Lisa Rinna did all of this just for controversial purposes and to be a social climber, because there was no reason, like legitimately there was no reason for her to post this when nobody was even talking about you. But I think that's the issue. Nobody was talking about her. And now you got articles posted by the Today show. I think I saw one from People Magazine. I think Page 6 is talking about it. And that's what Lisa Rinna wanted. Because if you notice, she didn't engage with the ladies. Like Brooks and them all came at that lady's neck, and she did not engage with them. All she did was get on here and on the internet and put her little cheeky thing talking about who's the best hype man ever. But she didn't engage with these ladies. She didn't get on Twitter and argue with them. And I don't even think she's arguing with them now to this point. And I'm recording this like around 7:44 at night. So it's like, she did this to get a rise out of everybody, and it worked because a lot of people are angry. So like I said, people are upset, and it's a lot of people, like it's more than just black and brown people who are angry with Lisa Rinna right now. So I don't know if she knows how badly she put her foot in her mouth, but people are really calling for her to be fired. Now, do I think she should be fired? I don't know. Like I said, I can take or leave Lisa Rinna. At least for me, I feel like if she was on that whole Jenny Gwen type energy, like the lady off of Salt Lake City, then yes, I'd be like, let her go. That lady was calling for black people to be killed. Let her go. But Lisa Rinna, I feel like, just said this stuff just to get a rise out of people, and it worked. But like I said, I don't think she understands how badly she put her foot in her mouth with this. She needs to cut the whole cheeky, like, you know, trying to be like snarky attitude with the Dubai ladies and with other people, and she needs to go ghost for a minute because people are angry. I will say, if she doesn't get fired, she definitely needs to be reprimanded, like a demotion to a friend of for a little while. Maybe her pay gets cut, or maybe she's not featured on any like 3 or 4 episodes, the way they have done other housewives that done things that they felt needed to be reprimanded. Either way, Lisa Rinna needs to know not to ever do this again. And I do have a feeling that the network might show her, don't you ever do this again. But those are my thoughts, y'all. So remember to be bravely authentic. Drop down in the comments below and give me your thoughts. Deuces.